I think this space is going from 2.5 trillion to maybe 12 trillion this cycle to 100 trillion by, let's say, 2032. That'd be the largest, fastest wealth accumulation of all time.
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to BitcoinZilla, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. BitcoinZilla offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with BitcoinZilla. Subscribe now. In today's video, Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal talks about everything driving markets as crypto keeps gaining momentum. Raoul shares his prediction on the crypto adoption curve and its potential to reach billions of users. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video.
So the dirty secret is this is the easiest fucking game in the world. You just divide all the asset prices by each other, look for the best performing asset. So that's what I did. And that's what I uncovered. And that's what changed everything about me. As you know, I've been involved in crypto since 2012. But I really started to realize that if I divide S&P by cryptos down 99.98%, if I divide gold by Bitcoin down 99.99%, if I divide oil stocks, if I divide emerging markets, if I divide world equities, 99.9%, they're all down since 2012 versus Bitcoin. And technology, the secular bull market that's made everybody a fortune, down 99.93%. Right. So everything goes down 99.9% over time versus crypto. But it's not over that, 10 years time horizon, 12 years time horizon. Actually, when you look at it, crypto is the best performing asset in the world, 3 out of 4 years. Fourth year is the worst performing asset. Then it's the best performing for 3 years. Then it's the worst performing. This keeps going on. Bitcoin, even with 3 or 4, 80% drawdowns-ish, 75, whatever the average is, still has done about 140% a year returns. Let me just repeat that. Annualized return of Bitcoin is 140% a year since 2012. You can own any VC fund, you can have any other asset class. Nothing comes fucking close. 20 million% returns since 2012, 20 million%. Since I started Real Vision, Bitcoin is 450,000% returns, and we started talking about it.
Renowned venture capitalist Tim Draper sees Bitcoin tripling in value in 2024 due to inflows into spot exchange-traded funds, ETF, and the looming Bitcoin halving. Draper reiterated his belief that Bitcoin would drastically increase in value, considering several factors in 2024. If I had to predict, maybe we could see $250,000 by the end of the year. I mean, it's looking pretty good, Draper said as he reflected on his previous price prediction for 2022. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States has been a critical driver of renewed interest and capital inflows into the Bitcoin ecosystem. Draper believes the investment products have opened up a new avenue for Bitcoin-curious investors that might be daunted by the prospect of holding BTC in self-custody and also serve as a hedge against devaluing fiat currencies. I think that it gives people an opportunity to buy some Bitcoin and hold on to it so that they can take care of themselves when there's a run on the dollar or the euro. He also highlighted the appeal for investors who want their respective fund managers to continue managing their portfolios. Access to a Bitcoin ETF allows investors to continue working with Fidelity or JP Morgan and have this new asset class managed as part of their wider investments. Draper said that Bitcoin's finite supply and increasing adoption as a payment option for goods or services would increase its appeal to the masses. At the same time, fiat currencies grapple with inflation and decreased purchasing power. I don't really need to hold on to any fiat currency that decreases in value over time because of political whims or government spending or politicians that just decide they're going to spend more money and inflate your money, Draper said. The venture capital investor added that Bitcoin remains a place of great security against inflation. I think I've actually started to see the lines cross. People feel more comfortable with their Bitcoin than they do with their dollars. The fourth Bitcoin halving is also said to have a significant impact on market dynamics. The event, earmarked for April 20, is one that investors should not underestimate, as Draper explains. If you're an investor in the stock market, they say don't bet against the Fed, U.S. Federal Reserve. If you're a Bitcoin buyer, don't bet against the halving. It changes everything. The supply shrinks, the demand increases, and the price goes up. That's natural economics, supply and demand, Draper said. The venture capitalist also reiterated his belief that having single-digit percentage exposure to Bitcoin is becoming a more attractive means of hedging against rising concerns over bank failures and devaluing sovereign currencies.
But ETH came a cycle later, a couple of cycles later, actually. Well, ETH is about 160-something percent, 165% returns annualized. Been around less. Solana, 200% returns annualized because it's been around less early on the network, I bet. I don't know if you can get your heads around this. And if you're not a crypto investor, I simply don't understand why, when you've got the best performing asset class of all time, the fastest adoption of any technology in all time outside of AI, the largest generation of and fastest generation of wealth in the shortest period of time, why you'd not be involved? It's just bananas to me. It's a scam. All you're doing is helping yourself disappoint your future self. Right? An asset is future deferred consumption later. And you want your assets to be worth as much as possible because you're taking risk with that money by locking it up. So therefore you should be compensated for that risk. Your future self will go, well done, Raoul. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you bought this stupid thing called Bitcoin and it's now up 20 million%. Thank you, that's great. I can go and buy a house or go on a world cruise or buy a mega yacht. Oh, I bought gold mining stocks. They've gone nowhere for 40 years, but Raoul, my purchasing power has gone down. What the fuck? What was your earlier self thinking, Raoul, moron? That's nothing against gold. Gold does absolutely fine in debasement, just doesn't make you rich. It's a great wealth preservation tool. So anyway, that's what I got to. And it's not because I'm like this singular focus, Bitcoin or blockchain or crypto is everything. It's because it is everything when it comes to what I'm trying to do for myself, which is deliver my vision to my future self of what I would like. And technology does that pretty well too. So anyway, I think this space is going from 2.5 trillion to maybe 12 trillion this cycle to 100 trillion by, let's say, 2032. That'd be the largest, fastest wealth accumulation of all time.
Store of value assets, such as Bitcoin, will continue to be a hot commodity as the United States government continues to overspend and keep interest rates high, according to Grayscale's Managing Director of Research, Zach Pandel. We expect persistent inflation and unsustainable budget deficits to contribute to continued demand for store of value assets, like Bitcoin, Pandel told Cointelegraph. Pandel argued that, given the current high inflation, the Federal Reserve is unlikely to reduce interest rates anytime soon. However, upcoming events like Bitcoin halving, scheduled for April 20, rising economic growth and more crypto adoption will fuel Bitcoin's price. The Fed won't be able to cut rates for a while with core inflation this high, but booming nominal growth, the Bitcoin halving, and adoption trends like tokenization should create a supportive environment for crypto markets. The inflation in March rose 0.4% month-on-month and 3.5% year-over-year, versus 0.3% monthly increase and 3.4% year-over-year estimates from the Dow Jones Economist Survey show. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.